Okay, lesson 97 for phonics today, friends. Make sure you have that on your paper, please. Ouch, I just hit my shin. Felt good. Not really. All right, everybody sitting up straight and tall. Don't need our pencils right now. Oh, do you have your red pen out?
Yes.
If not, get that out. Okay, now sitting up straight and tall. A.
At the end of a short word.
O. Qu. Ild. A. J.
At the end of a word.
And what does it follow?
Short vowel.
And our short vowels say a, I, a.
U. At the end of a short vowel. Short.
Ost. I. E.
In the middle of a word.
Ch. All. Oo. E.
At the end of a word.
What's right there?
Short vowel.
Or. U. R. All of these say their long vowel sound because they all follow what pattern?
Vowel, consonant, silent E.
Right, that vowel, consonant, silent E. So it's that silent E that's making the vowel say its own name. So this one says
O. A. I. E. I. U.
oh, went too big. Did I forget that one?
No.
A? I don't know. We're moving on. E.
In the middle of a word.
W. Oi.
At the end of a short word.
Now, this is typically found where? At the end of a word. There might be sometimes where it might be in the middle, but what are the most common sounds in the middle of a word? You are and I are. I'm going to point to sounds.
Hole, dole, bowl, full, coal, soul, coal, toll, goal.
What if there is a short vowel and it has the coal sound? Do you remember? Like in pickle, or trickle, or cackle, or crackle. Is it one of these?
No.
It's a short vowel. So what would it be then, Raylyn? Say it like you know it. She said C-K-L-E in case you couldn't hear her. All right, very good. Ow. O. Ch.
At the end of a word.
And what's right there?
Short vowel.
Oi.
In the middle of a word.
Eind.
O. In the middle of a word.
Old. Don't call me old. That was not nice.
Year. A. In the middle of a word. In the middle of a word. I at the end of a word. Ow in the middle of a word. In the middle of a word.
Here we go. First sound. Eind.
Eind.
Oh, we did, didn't we? So for EA, it says E, and it also says eh. I forgot that we did that second sound. Next sound. You have eind, right?
Yep.
Okay. Old.
Old.
Ost.
Oast.
Isled.
Wild.
Think about this sound two ways. Short E. Think about what short E says two ways. Now, this is a suffix that says long E at the end of a word. Long E at the end of a word. Just one. Once you have that, get your red pen out. Well, you have it out. Put it in your hand. Masks up. Okay, our first sound that we wrote was eind. The next sound was old. Then we had oast, followed by isled. Okay, the two ways for short E. Doesn't matter which one you had first or which one you had second. Does anybody know one of the ways for short E? First of all, everybody, what does short E say? Okay, so one of those ways. Raylyn? E-A can say eh. What's the second way? Just E. All right, then our last one was long E at the end of a word?
Why?
Yes. Why? How'd you do?
Good.
That's good. Okay, pens down. Sitting up straight and tall again. Masks down too. Are we all ready? Heavy, threaten, wealthy, spread, deadly, breath. What do you notice about all those words? They have something in common. What is it that they have in common, Jenny?
They all say the F sound.
They all say the eh sound. And what two letters can say eh together? Everybody?
E-A.
Breakfast, ready, deaf, cleanse, unsteady, led, ahead, threat, leather, dreadful, dead, healthy. Oops, sorry. Heaven, red, treadmill, death, instead, weather. Steady, sweat, headgear. Ooh, what did that word do on us? It's a compound word, but what else do you notice about that? Connor?
That it's an A and an E.
Right, the EA first says eh, and then EA says E, like in the ear part, E. All right, next word is meadow, tread, peasant. Do you guys know what peasant means? Amy?
Is it a type of bird?
It is? No, that would be pheasant.
But
Raylan?
like someone who does stuff for you?
Yeah, like in the olden times, like a peasant was kind of like a servant doing work for someone else. Sometimes they would get paid, sometimes they wouldn't. They were usually the poor people. Some days I feel like a peasant.
Yeah.
All right, so we still have more words that are saying eh or e. Eh. Heather, health, pleasant, thread, sweater, feather. Evoke, reform, inform, aside, decay, unpack, beside, extend. All of those words have what? Raylan?
They all have a I forgot what it was the name. But it all has everything in front of it.
Everything in front of it. She is exactly right. Can somebody help her remember what that's called when we put it at the beginning of the words? Reese? A prefix. That's what you were thinking of, yes. So they all have a prefix. Do these?
No. Yes. Some. Yes. 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 Yes.
What's the prefix of this word?
D. X.
E.
B. N. Re.
A.
E.
E. Okay, let's read through those words now. Are you ready?
Yep.
Aloft, elect, defend, exist, rejoin, inject, begun, erase. More words with prefixes. Invest, before, remark, unrest, edict, revise, exam, exact. Use a heavy thread to bind the leather vest. Do you know what bind means there? Use a heavy thread to bind the leather vest. What do you think bind means?
Like, fix it if it has a hole.
Okay, maybe.
I think it might mean like, not to like fix it, but if it needs like, oh yeah, fixing it. Like stitch it.
Yeah, if you stitch something, you bind it. You put it together, right? If you stitch it or you bind it, are you sewing it together? Yes. All right, let's read that sentence again. Sound like a grumpy old boss that's telling their worker what to do. Are you ready, you grumpy old boss? Use a heavy thread to bind the leather vest. Next sentence. In the meantime, give it a try. What does this comma tell us we need to do in that sentence? Connor?
To like just a quick stop.
Yeah, a really quick pause. Do we stop like it's the end of the sentence? No. So let's read that again. In the meantime, give it a try. Sound like you're really bored reading this. Ready? This is a mindless task and it bores me. You ever feel bored sometimes when you have to do things? Yeah, I agree. We kind of get that a lot in school, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay, let's read it again. Like super bored, like, this is a mindless task and it bores me. Next one. It's a question. Can you avoid going between the posts? Again, can you avoid going between the posts? Let's spell a few words and we'll do a sentence and then we'll go on to our new material. First word, baby.
Baby.
You ever call your brother or sister a baby? They call you a baby?
They call me a baby.
You too.
And because I'm the baby of the family.
Yeah.
Because you're the youngest.
Next word, head.
Head.
Use your head.
He always uses his head.
Third word, grind.
Grind.
After grind, concrete.
Concrete.
Like cement, right? Concrete. Fifth word, brother.
Brother.
Lazy.
Lazy.
Do you like to be lazy
No.
on the weekends?
No. No. I don't. But my brothers do. I'm only lazy when I'm sick.
Everybody lazy?
Yes.
Next word is deaf.
Deaf.
What does deaf mean?
Can't hear.
Right, you cannot hear. There were times I thought my boys were deaf because they didn't listen.
There are times I want
Our next word is gold.
gold. That's the goldest thing. That's a gold apple.
Two words left. Entire. Listen though, friends. I didn't say entire. Entire. Like our entire class. Entire. Not entire. Entire. We're going to do one more word. Father. It's a sight word. Then one sentence. Don't stare at me like that.
Don't stare at me like that.
Okay, are we ready to go over all of that? All right, our first word was baby. Make sure that your B is actually the way a B needs to be going, because otherwise you would be writing daddy. Would that be right? Is that right? No, what did I do wrong?
You put the second B as a D.
Okay, so I need to cross it out, right, with my red pen and write it correctly.
It would be correct if you put an L between the Y and D.
For badly. I wrote baby badly. All right, our next word was head. So, what says in the middle of a word? E-A. And then D. Do I need to make sure that my D is really a D? Okay. The third word is grind. Grind. Concrete. Concrete. Okay, so if you didn't spell it correctly, cross it out with your red pen and write it correctly beside it or above it. Yeah, and we get that in our minds because that's what we've been practicing so much lately that we sometimes forget about some of the other sounds.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, did everybody get it corrected? What is this word?
Concrete.
Okay, then we had the word, sight word, brother.
Big brother. Broth.
You forgot the There's a big difference between broth and brother. Broth is like the liquid part of a soup. Big difference. A brother might not appreciate that. Okay, do you have those 5? I'm going to sweep those off and start over. Okay, our next word was lazy. L-A-Z-E.
I put 2 Z's.
That would say lazy.
I put L-E. I mean L-A-Y.
You just wrote what?
Lay.
Oh, fix it. Okay, the next word was deaf. Again, D. Make sure your D is going the right way. What's saying eh? E-A. What about f at the end? F. Gold. G. And then our old. Entire. So the first syllable is N. What is saying N? E-N. And then tire. T-I-R-E. Entire. Cross it out. Rewrite it if you need to make corrections to it. And then we had the sight word father. I always remembered how to spell father. Not that it has anything to do with a father, but think of the word fat and the word her. Father looks like fat her.
Fat her. Oh, seriously? I put father is not fat or her.
Okay, our sentence was don't stare at me like that.
Don't stare at me like that.
What did you do to the word don't? You capitalized it.
D-O.
Is that correct?
No. You forgot.
I need to add my apostrophe. Don't stare. What about the air? If you, that stare is to stare with your eyes. The S-T-A-I-R stare is like the stair that you walk up. Big difference.
I didn't see what I wrote in my book.
Okay, don't stare at me like that. What kind of punctuation could go there? A question mark?
No.
Period. Yeah. What else? An exclamation mark would work too. So either a period or an exclamation mark. Either one would be fine. All right. Now. Oops, I forgot I have it on that. In your phonics packet of worksheets. Oh, I forgot that. One new thing. I was jumping ahead. Okay, we have always read this as ear. What else could it say? You think air? 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 You're all wrong.
What?
It can say like in earn, learn, early, research, pearl, search, unheard, earth. So what can this say? What was the first sound we learned? Ear and
Hopefully we don't forget that second.
Mm-hmm.
Like we did.
Okay, let's practice writing the E-A-R sound. Learn. Earth. Do you live on planet Earth? I think some of you are sometimes on a different planet.
Yeah.
Mars.
That one, this
Jupiter.
Of course that one.
Okay, one more word. Early.
Early.
Yeah, because your mom works there.
Okay, let's go over those 3 words. What was our first one? I didn't keep track of the order. Learn. Earth. And then early. Lee. Lur. Are you lurring a lot today? Yes, tear off page 97. Those of you that were absent yesterday for phonics, they worked on 94, 95, 96 during phonics time. Okay, so page 97, lesson 97. Okay, we have a whole bunch of words up at the top. Let's read through these words together. We're going to go through columns, all right? So there's 5 different columns, and there are 2, 4, 5 words in each column. So that's a total of how many words? What's 5 times 5? 25. Now, there are how many columns here? 4. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in each column. So how many words will we write?
24.
Is there one word that we're not going to use up here then?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So before we read through the words, see the underlined sounds that they have?
Yes.
We have to think of those sounds as we're reading through these words up here so that we can write the word that goes with the same sound. So what is this word? Set. What is the E saying? Eh. So all words that say eh in them, we're going to write those down in that column. What does this word say? Bird. What's underlined? Doesn't matter how it's spelled in a word, right? If it says it's going in this column. What's this word? What's the word? Keep. What's the sound that's underlined? E. And over here we have the word rain. And the sound that's underlined says A. All right. Let's read through these. East, spread, turn, snail, speak, they, learn, spend, neat. The word is neat. What's that word?
Neat.
Next, earth, feed, paint. Oh, I said paint.
I was like,
What was I reading? Mrs. Lofink, what's that word? Oh, the word is paid. There you go, paid. Deaf, wear, steal, jerk, breath, she, play, girl, crate, best, ground that you pound.
No.
Okay, not the steak that you eat. All right, so now the word east, is that a word that fits in one of those columns?
Yeah.
Which column would it need to be written in, everybody? The keep column, because it says E. So I'm going to write east and then cross it out. What about spread?
Yes.
Is it going to fit in one of those?
Yes.
Under which word?
Set.
How about turn? Is it going to fit in one of those?
Yeah.
Which word column? Bird. What about snail? Does it fit in one of those? Under which word?
Rain.
Right, because snail says A, like in rain says A. All right. Does that make sense? How many words will not fit in one of the columns?
One.
Only one.